What's up, guys? Welcome to the Crypto Savvy channel. I'm Craig, and we're going to be going over the Bitcoin charts. Now, a lot of people always ask me, why don't you show the bullish case scenario? Well, that's because the macro tells me everything's bearish still in all markets, but I am going to entertain you guys with a bullish case that is a possibility in today's video. If that sounds good to you, smash that like button. Leave your comments down below. Let me know what you think. We're also going to be taking a look at what I truly believe is happening, and that is the bear case scenario. But let's take a look at what's going on. So here is our daily chart, right? I have the VRVP over here. These are the high volume nodes for Bitcoin in the daily. And I took it all the way back to like 2015. I also put the fibs on here from the low to the high. And it shows you these fib levels in here. As you can see, these blue lines, I put those in. Those are at high volume nodes right here, right? And I also marked them all. Notice there is a high volume node. There's one as low as like 1,100 or 1,200 bucks down here. I don't think it's necessarily going to hit that low, but it is always a possibility. I don't think that's going to happen, but it is possible. So depending on what's going on in traditional markets, if we do have the biggest money grab in history coming, which I do believe so, anything can happen, right? So anyway, my main targets are between 3,500 and 9,700, right? That 9,700 is actually, I don't think I put it on there. Let me put that on there. Right there, right? So that's a major high volume node. That one's actually marked in red on the VRVP, right? But let's look at our other levels. We're also going to look at the CME gaps next and kind of show you what I'm looking at there. But as you can see, let's look at all these marks. So we have 3,500, then 7,050-ish, right? That's a high volume node there. And then we have this main one on the VRVP at 9,700. And you can see all the confluence in all these lines where the trading areas are, right? And then we have one at 16.9, right? That's a high volume node here. Then we have the next one at 20,000, right around 20,000. And then we have one at 23.3. You can see all the confluence in all these. And then we have this at 30,200. This is huge. If we make it above that 30,200 again and start opening and closing dailies on that, then we can look at the bullish case scenario, right? And what is that? Well, let's take a look at it, a couple different ones. You look at this bigger bull flag in here. And if that was the case, if we did truly get to that breakout, that would actually get us up to a high volume node at 38.8. That is my extreme highest bullish case scenario before a downfall. Now, if we get above this, start trading above this for a couple of weeks, then maybe like everybody thinks we are in a bull market, that would probably confirm there's a good possibility of it, right? But then we still have 42.7 for our 382 fib. Now, remember, guys, I'm still not thinking this is going to happen. I don't think we're going to get up. I'm showing you the possibilities of that possibly happening, right? So 38.8 would be the bullish case, right? And then we have this smaller bull flag in here. And if we take a measured move of that, that gets us to about 37.2. So there it is, guys. I made a bullish case scenario, although I still think we are headed down to lower lows under 10K, most likely by the end of this year. Now let's take a look at the Lux Algo, right? I have all them same markings in here. And if we look at the Lux Algo, if you guys haven't checked this out, I do have a link below if you want to use this indicator. They do charge a fee, but it does have a lot of different stuff on there. I haven't shown it in a while because I usually don't really use it, but I'm trying to give you a different view of the market, so I thought I would throw this in there. As you can see on the daily, we've had our sell signal way up here. It actually gave you the signal at 30,400. If that was the case, your stop loss would be at, now this, remember, this is low leverage, right? If any, but your first stop loss would be at 31.60. Your second one would be at 34.650. Now your take profit zones here, your first one would be 23.8. Your second one would be 20,300. As you can see right now, we are in a very critical area. So if we do break up past this, this is that smaller bull flag I showed you. And right now, the top of that is around 29.8. So if we break above that, chances are we could go much higher. But nevertheless, Like I said, I still believe we are bearish here in the macro. Now, if you look here, these are unfilled gaps in the CME, right, on the daily chart. And if we go over here, I'll show you where those gaps are. This is an 8-hour chart. Remember, the CME isn't open on Saturdays, so those candles aren't even in here. A lot of people say you can only use the daily candles, right? But these candles only show when the CME is actually trading. So I use the 8-hour, and let's look at the first one here. Here's that 35.70, right? You can see the big gap right here. Now, everybody wants to talk about gaps filling when they're up, but nobody wants to talk about them when they're down, right? So what's the next one we have here? That's 76. So you can see this huge gap right here that hasn't been filled. You can see the one before it was, but this gap hasn't been filled yet. There's another one that hasn't been filled yet, and that is at, and that one was way back over here in 2020, and that is at 9,700. That's why that 9,700 confluence is huge. And then we also have one here at 11.2 that wasn't filled. So for those of you that are gap people and they have to be filled, you either go one way or the other. They have to or they don't. If they have to be filled, this shows us going down to 35.70. But again, we'll see what happens there. We're going to go into the 4-hour, but before we do, check out my sponsor, Prime XBT, by far my favorite exchange. They don't trade against you. You could trade Forex, gold, silver, oil, S&P, crypto, gold, silver, all from one exchange. Definitely a great exchange. Check them out. I have a link down below. I'll also leave a tutorial at the end of the video, and you can use my promo code SAVVY50 to get you up to a $7,000 bonus to use towards your margin. SAVVY25 to get you 30% off of your fees. Definitely check them out, guys, if you haven't. All right, the 4-hour. So this is that wave count we've been watching for, right? 1, 2. Our third wave would get us down to around 26.6, back up to approximately 28,000, and then back down to wave 5 at 26.1. Now, this doesn't have to play out exact. The invalidation of this count would be a break back above that 30,400 range, right? If we look at where we're bouncing around right now, obviously, this is the 4-hour. So here's a high volume node. The center of that high volume node is 29.2. And where have we been getting rejected at? 29.2. Now, the 0.382 fib. Now, these fibs are just from this low to this high, right? We're playing around on the 0.382 fib. If we do break below this and start getting resistance here, our next stop on the fib levels is about 28.3. So look for a bounce about 28.3. Will it be a big bounce? Who knows? May bounce back up to retest the 29.150, which is the 0.382. Once you break the 0.5 fib, then your next area of support is at the golden pocket zone between 27.2 and 27.4. And then, of course, our target down here. Now, that's the wave count. If we look at the rising channel here in the measured move of when it broke, that gets you to 27.5, right? These are all the possibilities, guys. I'm showing you all the possibilities. So where we're at right here, where we broke this white trend line, looking at this as a rising broadening wedge, where is that target? That target is the measured move target of 27,000. Now, see the red targets? These are just measured moves, right? And these red targets up here for, rejection areas is this white trend line. Again, we wicked above it here. I told you to watch for a retest of the yellow trend line. So if we were to get up here and retest this white trend line today, would be around 29.6. But just like back here, you can wick above it. If it does, you're looking at that 30,200 range, which is also the 0.236 fib. Just to show you guys what I think is coming. I think personally this thing is headed down, but we'll see what happens there. Anyways, hope you guys enjoyed the bullish outlook along with the my bearish opinion that I believe to be coming. So anyways, make sure you smash those thumbs up. Check out these videos above. The one is the Prime XBT tutorial. Remember, you can use my promo code SAVVY50 to get up to a $7,000 bonus, SAVVY25 to get you 30% off of your trading fees. Thanks again for watching, guys. Don't forget, smash that thumbs up, leave your comments below. Have an awesome weekend, and I'll see you in the next one.